All right, so tonight we scheduled an achievement work session to celebrate our elementary math curriculum. And it's true, from last year to this year, we had a slight bump in our MSEP scores for elementary math for most of the grades. And of course, I'm happy to see the scores go up, but we have to keep perspective. 1 point doesn't define a trend. Our elementary math scores are still below where they were in 2019 and earlier on the whole. And while I am encouraged by improvement, I want to ensure that we remain on a positive trajectory, unlike what we've seen with our SAT scores. Last year in September, I remember doing something similar. We celebrated a slight uptick in our SAT scores. However, this year we've seen a sharp decline. In fact, with last week's public release of Michigan's SAT scores, I'm really surprised that this issue wasn't a top priority for this meeting, for a work session. For the first time in our district's history, less than half of our seniors are testing as college ready, 48%. So really the number is 48% are proficient. That means 52% are not proficient. This is alarming. Since the 2017-18 school year, SAT scores have dropped by 85 points. And we can compare this to the state, but while the state saw a decrease too, their decrease was 7 or 8%. We dropped by 20%. Given that this district has had access to this data for months, because it was released to the public last week, but the district has had it for a long time, I hope that they're working on a turnaround plan. As a board member, I haven't heard anything about that yet. Now, as you can see at this meeting, when we approved the teacher's contract, the decisions made at the school board level directly shape the vision of our district. Our board president and superintendent, and they might have had input from the vice president and treasurer who are on the steering committee, those are the ones who are responsible for setting the agendas for our meeting. Yet despite the significant drop in SAT scores, they've chosen not to prioritize this issue. 6 data points clearly indicate a downward trend. And if we are serious about our district's success, then we need to elect leaders who are willing to address critical issues like declining enrollment, which I talked about last meeting, and test scores. And they are connected. Unfortunately, I'm concerned that the majority of our board is more passionate about social issues than addressing student achievement. But we need to bring the focus back. That's supposed to be our job. I'm sorry, I'm getting passionate because I am angry about this at this point. Pride in excellence doesn't ignore problems. We should be celebrating little victories, but we shouldn't be ignoring big concerns. College may not be the path for every student, but it's our responsibility to provide students with the skills and knowledge to pursue whatever path they choose, whether that's higher education, vocational training, entering the workforce, or whatever it is they're going to do. We want them to be successful. The future of our students should always come first, and that means sometimes we need to be having honest, uncomfortable conversations to ensure that we stay on track.
Trustee Alspa.